In the news tonight, judges in Akwa Ibom hold training on taxation. Residents lament rising costs of cooking gas. Plus, Nigerian Football Federation moved to raise young talents in football. Hello, good evening. Thank you so much for joining us on the news at 7. My name is Dianime Uko. Please remember, this broadcast is reaching you live on Star Times channel 103 and on our social media platforms on Facebook and YouTube. Please do well to like us and engage on those pages. The news in detail. Training and retraining of judges on intricacies of taxation and other matters will sharpen their knowledge in the dispensation of justice, especially in the areas of taxes. This resonated at a 3-day workshop organized by the Akwa Ibom State Internal Revenue Service. Kelvin Samuel reports.
Organized by the Akwa Ibom State Internal Revenue Services, the 3-day workshop is aimed at addressing contemporary issues affecting taxation and to bridge the gap between law and tax authorities in the state. Chief Judge of Akwa Ibom State Justice Ikaite Obot and other stakeholders, while appreciating the organizers for the initiative, say it will help sharpen the knowledge of judges and the dispensation of justice, especially in the area of taxes.
The continuous training and retraining of judges becomes paramount for the effective and efficient handling of tax-related matters, particularly since the judiciary is the bastion of justice.
It is exceptionally important, and you will never understand it until you appear before a judge and try to convince a judge about the liabilities that you think that taxpayers should be exposed to. So
we will create an awareness for participants to brainstorm, generate and share ideas not only on taxation issues, but also on related national issues that are necessary for attainment and sustenance of a vibrant socio-economic.
The judiciary plays key roles on the interpretation of tax laws and ensuring fairness in the application of tax regulations through justice delivery system.
Chairman Akwa Ibom State Internal Revenue Services Okono Kun, while explaining the importance of the workshop, notes that it will, among other things, bring harmonious relationship between the agency and the judiciary for smooth operations.
This workshop is very important so that we can all be on the same page on who should collect what, so that no tax authority should go collect what is not supposed to collect and create an LT tax environment. Government on its own part, we are working towards harmonization of tax administration, even in this state, so that we can have sanity in the tax environment.
The 3-day workshop on the theme, Contemporary Issues in Taxation, will feature paper presentations on dispute resolutions from administrative, statutory and constitutional perspective, tax prosecution and its innovation, among others. In Uyo, Kelvin Samuel, NTA News.
In this next report, the economic hardship in the country remains a source of concern for Nigerians who hope every day that the authorities will take action and find lasting solutions to the myriads of challenges. Abigail Okun reports that apart from the rising cost of foodstuff, other commodities such as cooking gas is witnessing an increase.
Not too long ago, an average Nigerian could easily get a kilo of cooking gas for 500 naira compared to the current price of gas, which ranges from 1,400 to 1,600 naira. Reasons for this increase is unknown, as residents seek other alternatives like kerosene and firewood, whose prices are no better as inflation has affected almost all phases of the economy.
The last refill I did was about 1,200, but I understand now that it's about 1,400. I know that it's not easy, but for me, my preference is still for gas because you avoid firewood fumes, and of course the other side of wanting to buy kerosene. Kerosene these days burns quite fast. We don't really understand.
I think the economic situation affects everything, all facets of life. There's nothing that is exempted in Nigeria with this high cost of living. So you will not expect gas not to be inclusive.
Cost of filling gas, I think it's still on the high side. It's high because definitely you need to check the cost of living now. What are people actually doing in order to, sustain themselves, without having the funds to go and even fill the gas.
Nigerians are, however, appealing to federal government to take steps towards addressing the untold hardship in the country, including regulation of prices of sources of energy.
I think in earnest, I wish the government, could look inwards into this matter, probably set up a price control, probably to all gas vendors. Probably if the government can set a fixed standard for gas vendors, it will help the masses.
Maybe my appeal to lower the price down.
The cost of gas, we are the producers. So why wouldn't it come down? Other countries that are producing crude oil, the citizens are not suffering as we are doing. The government have the willpower to do this for the citizens can be easy.
In Uyo, Abigail Okon, NTA News.
You're watching the news on NTA Channel 12 with you. We'll take a quick commercial break. When we return, a live interview with the Nigerian Veterinary Medical Association of Akwa Ibom State will take place. Please stay with us.
Whatever is happening in the South has been ongoing for such a very long time, and we feel it is high time that it stops. What we are promising Nigerians is that henceforth, the entire South will be cleared of any acts of vandalism, criminality within the general area. Like we said, the President has given us the mandate to ensure that we secure the entire South and to enable NFDC and other IOCs carry out their task so that we can have improved production. We know that Nigeria relies so much on what we can produce, and so we want to use this medium to appeal to the communities to have an understanding. Yes, we know trust has been a problem, but they can trust us, they can trust the government that we want to do things differently. Everyone will be carried along, everyone has a role to play. It is not only for the security agencies alone, we need the communities to understand that pipeline vandalism and all the hazards being caused is also affecting them directly.
For overall best performance and quality education, Fortune Schools is a school to be. We offer standard and excellent services for your child's intellectual development with a serene learning environment and qualified teachers trained to raise and mold your child with great impact in a competitive world. We have well-equipped laboratories, standard playground, ICT units, computer lab, library, music studio, and well-ventilated classrooms for effective learning of your treasured child. Fortune Schools is a day and boarding school with fantastic facilities and bus services for the comfort of your child. Visit us today at number 16 Odonsoro Street off Atiku Abubakar Way, Uyo. For more inquiries, call 0706 593 8384 or 0703 576 6904. Fortune Schools, excellence through hard work.
One passenger, big auntie. Come and enter my bus now.
Hey, conductor, this cough is serious. I beg, you need to go to the hospital.
Hospital?
Doctors say cough symptoms are different in every condition. Some are dry, others are wet, like your own.
God bless you, auntie. I have told this my conductor. The cough has refused to go, and it could be tuberculosis.
Conductor, check am o. Make you dey sure, because who no go, no.
Check that cough for tuberculosis.
Check am o, make you dey sure.
If your cough is more than 2 weeks, it could be tuberculosis. TB test and TB treatment are free. Just call the National TB Hotline on 3340 or dial *3340# for more information. This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Health with support from the American people.
We'll break now to the rest of our stories. As Akwa Ibom prepares to celebrate the 2024 Veterinary Week, concerns are usually on milestones of veterinarians and dedication to advancing veterinary medicine, their compassion for animals and tireless efforts to ensure health and happiness of these animals. The Veterinarian Week also seeks to highlight various disease outbreaks among animals, zoonotic diseases, and possible ways to curb such diseases. Joining me in the studio to discuss more about the Veterinary Week is the chairman, Nigerian Veterinary Medical Association, Akwa Ibom State, Dr. Ekaite Ubong Augustine. Thank you so much for joining us on the news tonight, ma'am.
Thank you, Indiana. I'm happy and I'm glad to be here.
All right, so let's get started real quick. The theme for the year 2024 is Arise Agenda, repositioning the veterinary profession for food security and national development. Can you please tell us why the culture of celebrating the Veterinary Week annually?
Yes, thank you very much. The week set aside to celebrate, recognize, appreciate the efforts of veterinarians who are very important in treating, diagnosing, preventing and controlling animal diseases. In fact, the human disease stems from animal origin, and veterinarians play a vital role to prevent such zoonotic diseases such as rabies, Ebola, COVID-19. Veterinarians are at the forefront combating these diseases, trying to make humans free from infection and disease.
Okay, so at this point, help us reconcile why you have the theme of this year's celebration in tandem with the Arise Agenda, given that you're talking about the role of the veterinary profession in food security and national development, which is a national thing, and the Arise Agenda, which is a state thing.
Thank you very much. This shows the desire of veterinarians working in line with the state government to make sure we have food security for Akwa Ibomites and also the nation. For instance, if you're eating rice and there's no meat, that food is not part of it. You don't like that kind of food. But when there's rice and there's meat, you're going to appreciate the veterinary profession. And so veterinarians in the states, along with the agenda of the Pastor Moino, to make sure that there's food security in the states. And also in the national level, we make sure there's food for the nation. We have veterinarians over the country who have various farms, treat animals, make sure that we have healthy animals. And so we have enough food in the nation.
Okay, please, I think you will have to throw or shed more light on the role of veterinarians in food security and national development. Yes, you've tried to relate it with what the state government is doing. What really is the role in curbing food crisis that we're experiencing today in the country?
Okay, thank you. For example, the poultry farmers are experiencing high price of feed. Today we had a lecture where we tried to teach our farmers how to compound their own food for the animals, and so we also teach farmers how to produce animals, healthy animals, clean water, clean environments, so you have healthy animals. As I'm talking to you now, vet doctors are everywhere at the abattoir in the state, across the state, checking your meat, the meats you eat. They check to make sure the meats are fit for human consumption. We make sure that there's enough protein for human consumption.
Okay, so just before I let you go, because it's the news, what will be your last words to our viewers this night? Thank you.
I want to first of all appreciate all the veterinarians who have turned out to make the week a very, very successful one. I want to call all farmers to please come tomorrow. Tomorrow is scheduled for farmers' interaction with doctors. I want to encourage farmers to come out from the states to the academic headquarters where the venue is stated. We will teach you how to raise animals, teach you how to do piggery farm, poultry, rabbit, snail farm. We teach you that so that, as we said in the agenda, there will be enough food for everybody. That's just the reason why we had that topic.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Ekaite Ubong Augustine, for bringing us up to speed with what the 2024 Veterinary Week is all about. And we just spoke to the chairman, Nigerian Veterinary Medical Association, Akwa Ibom State. At this point, we'll take a quick commercial break. When we return, more stories will come your way. Please stay with us.
South-South has been ongoing for such a very long time. And we feel it is high time that it is stopped. What we are promising Nigerians is that henceforth, the entire South-South will be cleared of any acts of vandalism, criminality within the general area. Like we said, the President has given us the mandate to ensure that we secure the entire South-South and to enable NFDC and other IOCs carry out the attack so that we can have improved production. We know that Nigeria relies so much on what we can produce. And so we want to use this medium to appeal to the communities to have an understanding. Yes, we know trust has been a problem, but they can trust us, they can trust the government that we want to do things differently. Everyone will be carried along. Everyone has a role to play. It is not only for the security agencies alone. We need the communities to understand that pipeline vandalism and all the hazards being caused is also affecting them directly.
The body is made up of 60% of water. Mela table water provides good quality drinking water the body needs and is uniquely satisfying. Mela table water is produced and packaged by Amela Enterprises, Plot 80 Itam Industrial Area, Itu, Akwa Ibom State. It comes in sachet, 35, 50, 75 cl table water and dispensing jar. For inquiry and booking, call 0704 576 6325. Mela table, consumer friendly.
One passenger. Big auntie, go enter this bus.
Ha! Oga conductor, this kind cough na serious matter. You suppose go hospital.
Hospital care.
Haba, doctors don talk am say different types of cough dey. Some na dry cough, but this your own na wet cough e be.
Big auntie, na God go bless you. I don tire for this my conductor and him cough wey no gree go. E fit even be tuberculosis.
Conductor, go check am o, make you dey sure because who no go?
No go, no. Check that cough for tuberculosis.
Check am o, make you dey sure.
If cough don't worry you past 2 weeks, if it be tuberculosis, TB test and treatment, na free. Just call the National TB Hotline for 3340 or dial *3340# to get better informate. This message now from the Federal Ministry of Health with support from the American people there.
You're welcome back from that commercial break. Let's now join Ijoma Peter Nwante for the latest in the world of sports.
As a way to raise young talents in football, the Nigeria Football Federation (NFF) has sealed an agreement with Premium Trust Bank to facilitate discovery of young talents across the country. Suleiman Musa reports that the deal has a clause of 10% increase in subsequent years.
When it comes to impacting lives, impacting communities where we do business, we see that as also an opportunity to support government. Because we believe that the private sector has a role to play in supporting sports and in providing the needed platform for our youths to express themselves and to showcase their talents.
The investment you put in sports with this short period of time shows how passionate and how committed you are in trying to see how we develop the Nigerian youth through sports.
And now to handball. Nigeria's under-18s will begin their campaign against Croatia at the 2024 International Handball Federation Women's Championship in Group B on Wednesday, August 14th, 2024. The 10th IHF Women's Youth Under-18 Handball Championship is scheduled to take place from August 14 to August 25th, 2024 in China. Nigeria is in Group B alongside Croatia, Montenegro and Angola. And finally, All is now set for the highly anticipated Africa Esports Championship in Casablanca from the 17th to the 21st of August, where over 180 athletes from 17 countries will compete in 5 categories, which includes CS2 Open, CS2 Women, and MLBB Open, among others. These exceptional talents will showcase their individual skills and highlight the rapid rise of esports in Africa. As the first offline esports championship on the continent, the event is more than just a competition, but a celebration of Africa's solidarity, innovation, and the incredible potential of esports in Africa. With sports updates, Ijoma Pitawante, NTA News.
It's a wrap on the English version of the news tonight, but before we go, let's take you through a review of the stories that made the headlines. Judges in Akwa Ibom State have held a training on taxation. Residents have lamented the rising costs of cooking gas. You also heard in the news that the Nigerian Football Federation has made moves to raise young talents in football. And that's the news. Thank you for watching. My name is Dianime Uko, but before we go, please remember to be a star. Join NTA's campaign to stand against rape and rapists. The news in Ibibio is up next. Good evening.
Etu mukpe mkpo senita enome ntabiri peke sete mikeba tax. Mbono wese mekeba nsonwudwa adinikan utemkpo ekoto gas. Ebogum brikpad idangin etong adisiome atabrem brikpad. Kwa ibo mi komo minsi kamine yem kibibyo nkireba senya ekwenyon yaikobo yombognen. Ayino menta berikpe ukpe kini ado panpo ame nwama adi berikpe kusongo mefono ata berikpe state me Mike Aite ubot aketanga mi kini ufogutomeko to Internal Revenue Services eketomukpe mpo senita enom me berikpe ke state me yakikobo yombo ito kombongen. Ibu senita ame ufogutomeko to State Internal Revenue Services eketomo akedo Ndise mkpo mbanga me mkpakukot ame franake tax ke stetemi. Nyungse me usonga me kemeke nitre mframi. Ado tabieri kpe stetemi. Mike Aite ubot yemme ipo wo iso wo. Mfen maikop inemesreti eti yemme nsiki da usong ebogome. Enyong ebo ke ukpe mkpo ame ya tat me bieri kpe nyen ke banga nanga edi kpe ke nkanga ke tax. Ekamba adai wood ufogutomeko to Internal Revenue Services ke stetemi ete okon kini anyeke tanga mufon ukpe mkpo ami amabo ke ayaben ediriana kid adi kotu ufogutom ubieri kpe yu ufogutomeko to Internal Revenue Services mi ku ufogutom NTA abasenya ekpeyon. Nzongu rampo kidednyen askoka kaiso ado mpo mebenne okposongo kikere onombonowo kentaga dogo udwampo amekpe sogoke ado kusen akan nangakedo ndenu kara inamampo iba okombong nyen anamedion kidogo urampo ndide ikpong osong urwa kidan nyen adu udwa adni kang ekoto gas asong urwa koro yagi ko mboko min fon yemiswa kedem adni kang utempo edion kente gas kidan nyen amasiedo se nkangawo adep atempo ado kene nanga fanpo aridok urwa kidan nyen udwa arni kang adogo wotosen kedina den kusri tie enyam tosen kedi tioke adombono wo idiongo kesinam yago udwa arni kang anyeke gas asong udwa den gen tagado eyemusong mponte ifia ye arni kang ekotokezen asgode udwa sokoso song adombono wo kidan nyen esin uyo ekod ekamba ukawide nyen yagesempo ebanga song udwa mpo ye arinam yagudwa mpo adu kemukem mi ku fagotum enti ukangin tembong nyen kibibio atrirum bubio yo mi sasonga ke mpangutong tutuini mfen amin ke basenya ekpeyon asiere